All right, awesome. Well, welcome everybody. I'm so glad to be on here tonight. Regina, probably it could be anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes tonight. Not really sure. I'm blurry but not choppy on voice. So weird. Okay, sorry guys. So I've been having issues with blurry, choppy, people not being able to hear me. Natasha's probably literally laughing right now because this has been going on for like a week and a half now. And I had internet people out and they said there's nothing wrong with it. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's my computer at this point. We're going to figure it out. So Regina, I think you accidentally, Mauria, are you on?
I'm on now.
Awesome. Okay, perfect. So you guys, I'm really excited to have Mauria Dillard with us tonight. A lot of you guys know her, and I'm going to introduce her in just a second for you guys. But here's why I specifically asked for Mauria to join us tonight. It's because sometimes you just need a little reminder of what's possible. There is so much opportunity with Lavelle and the Thrive experience, and like you should be excited about what we have right now. Like before DFT 2.0, DFT Ultra 2.0 launched and Blast launched, and now something's coming with CBD. Like before any of that, you guys should wake up every single morning excited about what is happening in our business with the opportunity to change people's lives. We get to change their health and wellness. We get to change their financial trajectory. We get to change their whole life, the way that they view it. So I was thinking about this the other day, and I couldn't think of anybody better to share that with you guys than Mauria, because when I look at when I first met her 4.5 years ago, she was already a year into this business, but she was just starting to see ridiculously amazing change in her family. Financially, time freedom, their whole life was changing. And I was getting to watch this right before my eyes as I met her the very first time. She took time to get on a phone call with Beth and myself as we were first starting, and just shared how before Thrive, they were struggling. And I could relate to that because before I started with this business, we were struggling. We had just rebuilt after a bankruptcy. We had just saved up enough over 4 years to be able to put money down on a house and rebuild our life again. And I just kind of always thought that's the way life was going to be. Writing a check and making sure you had money in the bank before you sent it off. Right? And I just never thought that we would have this abundance that we have now. But when I heard Mauria's story, I'm not going to lie, I remember getting off the phone that day and saying, I'm going to have that. Elise has that. I heard from Sheila. She has that. Mauria has that. I'm going to have that. I'm going to change people's lives with this product because it's changing my life. And I'm going to see amazing things happen for my family so that I can believe it, so I can share that with others and they can have that same thing. And I have been nonstop on that mission for the last 4.5 years. And I have to constantly remind myself. Some of you guys might have seen today, I did a money mindset interview with a friend of mine, Amy Ward, on our team, because I have to remind myself often that God wants big things for all of us. And so I am so excited to have Mauria join us tonight. She has 4 kids, guys. So I want you to think about this, because so often I hear like, I'm busy, I've got tons going on. When she first started, and that's what I really want you to share, Mauria, is like paint the picture of what it was like when you first started. But 4 kids, and is married, and was a speech pathologist, and they were struggling, and went from that to where they are now. And I know a lot of you follow her, so you're probably like, wow, that has been a major transformation. And what has also been cool is to see the transformation as a leader. Because I remember being on some of those first leader calls with you, Mauria, and like you always had a fire and a passion, but now like your leadership is so strong, and your mission and your desire for what you want other people to have, it comes across in everything you share. So I'm so excited to have you on tonight. I'm going to hit mute and let you share, but what I really want to hear for everybody, because a lot of them are still new, they've joined within the last year or so, and they really don't know what your story was from the beginning.
Okay. Okay. All right. You want me to show everybody my crazy is what you're saying. No. So it's fun to be on. I'm so not gonna lie, I'm so frustrated right now. I literally think like my laptop just broke like as we started this. So like I love it when I can see everyone's face at one time. I'm having to do this from my phone, and I don't like that. But the show must go on. So yeah, it's crazy to go back, but honestly, I go back very often because where I was before is where I'm determined to never go again. And it's really what keeps me motivated to do what I do every single day. I'll be honest though, I fell in love with this company. I fell in love with this product first, and then I was with the company a little over 5 years ago, and it has been an absolute blessing to be a part of. And I know what's possible for all of you. I've said that so many times, as a parent, or we probably have some grandparents on right now, and you've had those conversations with your kids, and you're like, oh, if you could just see through my eyes, how differently you would do things, or maybe the decisions that they would make. And that's something that I so often feel towards everyone on my team. Oh, you could just see through my eyes, because I know what you would see. And I know that it would just keep you laser focused and going after your dreams. So yes, I'll take you back. My background is in speech pathology. When I found the Thrive Experience, or actually said yes to the Thrive Experience, I was approached by a friend, Tony Strathman. She's actually direct to Paul Gravett. She's a nurse. She was in the healthcare business with me, and she had shared Thrive with me via Facebook. We had moved to West Texas. She was in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and honestly, I was kind of annoyed. I was already taking a health and wellness product that I'd taken for 11 years religiously. I thought Thrive would honestly be any better than what I have right now. And I just kind of put her off. I look back at some of those messages, and they weren't so nice because I wasn't thriving and I wasn't so nice. So anyway, I finally just hit a place where I was exhausted. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. The twins were only 3. Gunnar was in kindergarten. Jaden 7th grade, and I was busy spinning my wheels as a speech therapist. Worked all day treating patients. I worked primarily in the geriatric setting, and so I worked with traumatic brain injury, stroke patients, Alzheimer's and dementia. Absolutely loved my career. It's an incredibly rewarding career. I always love meeting other speech pathologists, and especially these young women that are starting their college experiences and choosing that as a major. It's an incredibly rewarding career. I actually still get recruiting emails almost weekly trying to get me to work somewhere. But I loved it, but I was spent. And by the time I got home every night, there was nothing left of me to give to my family. And so I finally hit that place where I'm like, I'm going to give this a whirl. I will tell you, when I made the decision to try something different, okay, the thing that I honestly had other friends that were promoting other health and wellness products that I was a lot closer to relationship wise, but there was something about Thrive that was intriguing to me. It was the simplicity that I saw them talk about. The DFT, with nutrition was absolutely appealing to me. That delivery system has been used for decades, probably I don't know decades, I'm assuming decades, but for a long time in health. And so the fact of that delivery system being utilized from a nutritional standpoint was very appealing to me. Also, I saw her celebrating people. I saw her celebrating stories. I saw people earning an iPad. I knew enough about this industry to know you don't earn an iPad. You don't get a car bonus without things being successful and your product doing something. So again, I believed in the direct sales industry. I had dabbled before. I'd actually been involved with another company that was more of a party plan business that helped me offset some income when the twins were babies. So I wasn't skeptical necessarily of this industry. I just thought that it was for everyone else but me, if that made sense. Like, I wasn't the person that was going to earn the car. That's for other people to do, So starting my Thrive Experience as a customer, Tony sent me free DFT. She said, if you'll just order the tone pack, I will send you free DFT. And I said, okay, great. I'm going to order it tonight. Y'all, my paycheck didn't come. And so I waited, and I had to be very embarrassed to tell her that I had not gotten my paycheck yet. And I had, like I said, I moved to West Texas. And so companies that I work for didn't do direct deposit. So it was like always this delay. And obviously we were at the end of our budget, guys. I could not take another $150 out of our. So always keep that in mind when someone delays. Like, they honestly may not have another $150 to spend on this, guys. So I always I'm sensitive to that because that was me. Okay. So I waited on that paycheck to hit the mailbox to take to the bank to place my very first order of the Thrive experience. I wanted nothing to do or hear. I didn't even want to hear about the option to be a promoter because I had too much on my plate at the time. There was no way I was going after this. Okay. Starting my Thrive experience, day one was kind of like, seriously, is this all there is to it? Like, this felt weird. I was used to taking 20, 25 pills a day. Okay. Then day 2 and 3 kind of came and went. Day 4 came and went. It's kind of funny to me because for a long time, I thought it was day 4 that was my aha moment. And then, you know how Facebook memories like come back around. I'm like, no, that had to have been day 5. So anyway, it was day 5 that I knew I was going to be a thriver for the rest of my life. I've been up all night with a sick kiddo and then had to get up early the next morning to take the older kids to school. Obviously didn't go to work that day. I had a sick kid, but I came home and I was doing on the house. And I just remember around noon looking up and thinking, I have just done more in the last 5 hours than I have in the last 5 months. And I pulled up Facebook and wrote on Tony's wall and I said, I'm so sorry it took me so long. Or something like that. You know, I can't believe it took me this long to try this, you know, whole Thrive thing. I feel amazing. I need to figure out how to get this for free. Back to work I go. And a couple hours later, I get a phone call from Tony and she's laughing because obviously I sound completely different on day 5 than I had in all of my conversations with her because I was actually thriving. It's like the voice changes, you know, your expressions change. It's just, you know, there is just hope in my life again instead of being this desperate, crabby person. And I was excited. And she said, well, I've got somebody that wants to talk to you. So it just so happened that her friend, who we know as Paul Gravett, co-founder and co-CEO of the company, had seen my post on her wall. And he said, Tony, you have to get on the phone with that girl. I'm sure he looked at my page and thought, oh gosh, she's got a lot of kids and she probably knows a lot of moms. And if she's that excited about this, we've got to talk to this lady. And so 3-way call happened. I didn't know I was having a conversation with like the CEO, if that made sense. I was talking to a friend that had introduced her to Thrive. And I'll never forget, I was excited and I was talking to them and he said, well, you know, you have a lot of tired, exhausted mamas that need this. And I just remember thinking, oh my God, you're right. Like, I am not going to be able to keep this a secret. And so we started talking about what it meant to be a promoter. And he's like, you can earn up to $660 on your first $800 in product orders. And in my brain, I'm going, oh, heck, I know I can get $800 in product orders. I mean, that's easy. I know tired, exhausted moms. They have headaches. They can't sleep. They need energy throughout the day. I've got all these nurse friends that I work with all the time, all my therapy friends that I work with. I mean, I had no doubt that I knew people that needed this. Okay. And then he talked about VIP $1,600, that $1,320. And here's the deal. It was the beginning of November. So what was right around the corner? Christmas. What was heavy on my heart? The fact that we had no money. I had no idea how we were going to do Christmas for our kids that year. Now, let me preface this. When I say the fact we had no money, I had a good career. My husband did too. We were just drowning in debt. We had drained our savings and we were spending what we made. Okay. So I don't want this picture that we were on food stamps because we weren't. We were just not good stewards of our money. We made bad financial decisions. We were drowning in debt and a second chance financially. And guys, that's what happened here. I flipped that free promoter button and I remember being a nervous wreck. I remember saying, what are people going to think to Ralph? I said that to my husband. He goes, who cares what people think? You know, you love this. You have nothing to lose. Just do it. You know, it was just quiet confidence of just do it. Like, what do you have to lose? Which isn't that for everyone? There is nothing to lose around here, right? And who cares what people think if it's what you believe in, right? And so that's what started the whole thing. I started chasing after just, you know, finding people that were sick and tired of being tired. And y'all connected everyone to Tony. If it had not been for her, I don't know what I would have done. I mean, I'm so grateful that I had been a part of a company once upon a time that talked about 3-way calls. I failed there. I didn't have success there, but I did see the fact that validation works. Today, what do? We use the heck out of Facebook Messenger because that provides incredible validation. I mean, it kind of goes a step above the 3-way call because In the three-way call, you can't see somebody's face. You can't like stalk their life, right? But in a Facebook message, you can really, you know, hear their voice. You can go stalk their page. You can see more about their life. And I absolutely love that. I learned the importance of validation. And I also knew I didn't have time to work this business on my own. I literally worked it into 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, 10 minutes here, obviously stayed up late at night, obviously got up early in the morning. Since I worked home health, I would have 10 or 15 minutes in between each patient. And 10 and 10, 15, are you going to be available? I'll probably have somebody on the line that wants to talk about Thrive. And she would say yes or no. Sometimes their conversations would keep going, and there were a handful of times that literally I would have to walk in to treat my next patient and would just, my phone was on mute, I would just drop it down in my bag. And Tony will laugh about that because I had to get back to work and they'd be like, well, where'd she go? Oh, well, I guess she had to go treat another patient. I'm sure she'll get back to you, because you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't interrupt them and I had to go in and treat my patient. And so I would just drop my phone in the bag and go in, and I knew it was doing the work for me, which really, guys, as upline leaders, when we bring that new person on and they're VIP, we do the work for them. They just bring the people to us and they get paid. And really, that's the philosophy that we need to take when we're launching someone new in this business. Girl, you just bring the people to me. I'll do the work for you, but you get paid, you know? And that's just how it started. And I'll tell you what, VIP 800, VIP 1600, I hit my auto bonus, came and went 4K iPad. Auto bonus was in 17 days. We went 40K the very first month. And it's so funny because I have to tell you about going 40K. So that was the month that it was the qualification for Lavell's very first lifestyle getaway, and it was in Vegas. It was my birthday weekend in February, and Tony was so excited about this opportunity. I mean, you gotta picture this. I'm this brand new mom that is literally running like a chicken with my head cut off. I don't know if you guys use that phrase, but we're in Texas and I live in the country, okay? So running around like a crazy woman, for lack of better terms, and Tony's saying, oh, well, but if you do this, then you're going to get to qualify for this getaway. I mean, she's telling us if you go 12K. And I'm like, you are crazy if you think I can do $12,000 in sales in a month. And she's like, no, if you just do this, and then you go VIP 800 and VIP 1600, and then you help these people, then you're going to go 4K, and then we're going to help these people go 4K, and that's 12K. She's like, you can do this. And it was just that. I thought she was crazy, but see, Tony knew how quickly things could grow here if we just got people on Thrive. And then we use the things that the company encourages us to do, which, I mean, every single customer just referring to, that triples your volume. She knew that. I didn't. But I just went with it. So then we hit 12 and 17 days, and she's like, oh my gosh, Mauria, if you go 40K, that's going to include your flights. Like, they're going to reimburse you for your flights. It's going to be, and again, I'm thinking, you are crazy. But guess what? There were other people that wanted to go VIP 800, VIP 1600 so that they earn Christmas cash. There were other people that wanted to get that iPad mini bonus, right? Or it was actually an iPad at that point. There were other people that wanted to go 12K. There were other people that were actually running to qualify for that first trip. So we did close out the month on the last day, like last few hours of the month, that very first month at 40. And, you know, things just grew from there. It's so crazy for me to look back, because honestly, when I hit 200K, it wasn't even a big deal. Like, it was just the next thing. Like, things just, they just grew and grew. Now, I will tell you guys though, when I hit 200K, and it's hilarious for me to go back and look at these pictures, because I had bags under my eyes. I looked like I hadn't slept in forever. You know, we joke about dry shampoo and not taking showers and things like that. But I mean, that was just kind of reality of the craziness of this business. I mean, there are some pictures of me, you know, late. There's one that kind of, it means a lot to those that were with me at that time, but I'm laying on the floor. I've got the iPad out, my laptop out, my Bluetooth in my ear, and my phone in my hand. And that was us work business, just reaching as many people as quickly as we possibly could. And it's just been an incredible journey. After Christmas, you know, like I said, that was right at the 30-day mark. I think I hit. Hang on, let me think. No. So we hit 40K Thanksgiving weekend, basically, like the end of the month. Because we went Black Friday shopping with my sister-in-law. So I was like right at that time period when I hit 40K, the end of the month, because she was actually helping me. Like that's when she joined me and my mother-in-law joined me. But we, I had that initial goal, guys, of just paying for Christmas. And that was our first Christmas that we have paid cash for since we have been married. And then the weekly rewards, we started using those to eliminate debt. I was still working my job, and the weekly rewards were used to eliminate debt. I didn't have a fancy vision board, but I had gone through and figured out all of our debts. The most suffocating debt to me was my student loan debt. I owed about $80,000 in student loan debt, and I hated that because I had a seventh grader that was going to college in a few years, and I would lay in bed at night thinking, how in the world am I going to pay off my college student loans by the time that she starts school? So I wrote everything out, all the student loan, because I had a couple of different balances that equaled the 80 grand, and then a lot of other just stupid debts that we had, like little things that we had financed and things like that add up very quickly, credit card debts. And we started using those weekly rewards to pay it off. And y'all, that was so empowering to me, just to watch those things be wiped clean. You know what I mean? So here I am, I'm doing what I love. I'm talking about what I love. I've got stories coming back from people that have trusted me every single day. We're celebrating people going VIP 800, VIP 1600, people earning, Christmas cash, things were just happening. And it was so much fun. But as all those things were happening, we were putting our family in a different position financially. And I'll never forget, I had, one regret I have in this business is I wish I'd taken a picture every vision board, because it's crazy to me to look back and see so many things that have happened, and that they were there, that I'd already foreshadowed it, or I'd truly visualized it and wanted it and looked at it, and then it happened, but I had the goal set for the students to be paid in full by December of 2014, and we wiped the slate clean on those in April of 2014. So far ahead of schedule. And I'll never forget the day Ralph and I were talking. He goes, "Why are you still going to work?" And at that point, I thought, you're right, because honestly, my work as a speech therapist was slowing down my work here. And to be honest, as a therapist in home health and driving as much as I did, it was safe because my phone was blowing up 24/7. And so I made the decision to go full time with Lavelle. And I never thought that I wouldn't be a speech therapist, if that means. I'd gone to school for so long, I'd spent so much money. I mean, my whole journey, even to get that master's degree, is a whole journey in itself. There was nothing easy about it. But it was like, I can truly impact more lives this way than I ever could on a one-on-one patient level. And it's been incredible. And now I'm not encouraging any of you to quit your job, because I'm going to tell you, we've had some people quit their job that they didn't need to quit their job. A lot of people they need to do that. Busy people get things done. I have 4 kids. I have plenty to keep me busy and a heck of a team that keeps me busy, but I'm not encouraging you to quit your job. Paul Gravett says, don't quit until you're making triple with hear what you're making at your current job. But even if you are making triple, for some people, that's just not a smart thing to do. It's been a huge blessing for us, and especially with the age of our kids. My husband was actually able to leave his career about a year later. So that was Jaden's freshman year in high school. And that's been, I could go on and on about that myself. I mean, the time freedom, y'all, that this has given us is truly really the number one blessing. It doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank, guys, if you don't have the time to do what you want to do with the people that you love the most, because the time is going to fly. And I could get really sentimental here. I'm going to try not to, but when you have a senior in high school, it gets real fast, and you realize quickly things have gone by. And you realize too, how many things you've missed because you were chasing something else. And, you know, as a speech therapist, I spent a lot of time. I mean, I never had summers at home with my kids ever, you know. My daughter was 12 years old and babysitting her little brothers, you know. I had the neighbor down the street, you know, when Jaden was little, babysitting Jaden and the little brothers, you know. I wasn't mom home with my kids. I mean, I did as much as I could, and that's really why I worked home health, was to give myself some more flexibility, but still I missed so much time. And this has given us time because we've been smart with what this has given us. And you know, I teach people about, how do I say this? You know, I share my story. I share my physical transformation and what Thrive has done, which I haven't even talked to you guys about yet. What Thrive has done for me physically and the business model, but I also take it very personally and seriously to share with my leaders, especially at that 200K level, of you know, using your money wisely. You know, I didn't go out and buy Louis Vuitton the minute I hit 200K, guys. I mean, I didn't even know that I could ever afford a Louis Vuitton. You know what I mean? It was, let's pay off debt, let's create options for our family. I believe in making memories, not buying things. You know, that's just the big deal for me. And even before Lavelle ever entered into my life, that was a big deal to me because I worked with geriatric patients, and I can't tell you how many times I would be treating a patient in home health. The cool thing about that is you get to know the family, right? So I would have a spouse that would tell me, well, we were gonna do this, and we were gonna do that, and we were gonna, and nothing about this life is guaranteed, and we never know the craziness that life is going to throw our way. So even before Lavelle came into the picture, I was very much so set on, we're gonna make memories. We're gonna make memories now, because we don't guarantee of later. Now, that's also probably why I had a whole lot of credit card debt, because I wasn't so smart about that. So there's a catch-22 there. But what I'm saying is that I believe in time freedom, and it's so fun to be able to find something that has been so special for you, but that you know can absolutely transform the next person you introduce it to. It can transform their life. You know, what I fell in love with 5 years ago, the Thrive experience, I won't go a day without it now. It's funny, we actually had a fun weekend with our kids, and we were kind of dividing and conquering. Like, we literally had a little league game, a track meet that lasted 2 days, a baseball tournament that lasted 2 days, and like opposite ends of the, like 4 hours away. It was crazy. And anyway, I know I have my stash with Thrive at the lake, and my brain was saying I'm going to the lake because Ralph was going to the lake, when in fact, no, I was going to a hotel to meet Ralph the day after he had gone to the lake. I'm probably confusing you guys, but our life is crazy still. And I'm calling him going, did you pack capsules? You know what I mean? Like, because I'm going to have to swing by the lake before I get to the hotel if you didn't, because I didn't. But it's how I start my day every single day. You know, and I love the fact that I joked with someone. I was like, oh no, that would really suck if I had built this big of a business with this amazing product, and then all of a sudden I couldn't share, you know, my own personal story. So thank God that what they created for us isn't something that is just a quick fix, that it is something that continues to rock our world and bless our socks off. And I love the fact that they continue make this just commitment to innovation and to bettering things, you know, making things better and better. You know, I could go on about the excitement that I have for this company with our leadership, but at the end of the day, it's about also what we create. You know, this industry, guys, is full of a lot of great, but it's also full of a lot of yucky, because just like the school that your kids go to or the church you attend, you got a lot of great and you got a lot of yucky, because we're a bunch of imperfect people and that's just part of it. You know what? I love the fact that I've been able to create something really good. And, you know, regardless of whether someone, you know, likes me or not, or is in this company or not, if they follow Mauria Dillard and pay any attention whatsoever to me, they will know that I'm committed to helping people grow. They will know that I absolutely love the Thrive experience. They will know that I'm absolutely committed to building a business with excitement, with integrity, with celebration. And they'll absolutely know that I know I'm not anything special, but I found something extraordinary that everyone can benefit from. And that's something that I want to encourage you guys with. You know, oftentimes I'll get a message. I actually got a message earlier today from someone that said, oh, you know, I don't know about my upline, or I don't know. And I'm like, oh my God, I personally didn't know her direct upline, but I'm like, you've got 10, 200Ks between me and you. You are literally in like one of the best organizations in the company. Don't worry about that person. And I have to address this because this is a team Zoom, and maybe people in this business that you don't necessarily drive with. You wouldn't necessarily choose to go to happy hour with them or take them to lunch or go on a trip with them, but you're in business with them. And so don't ever let someone else stop you from going after your dreams and the things that you want in this life. You know, you get to create your own team. You get to create your own culture. I mean, I love the fact that I've been able to invite people from all different walks of my life to join this journey with me and to celebrate with them along the way. So like I said, I can go on and on about everything with this. It's just been an incredible journey. And you know, the thing is that people, I love that you address abundance. And I love that, you know, that you claimed it, Blair. When you heard our stories, it was basically, why not? Like, why not me? And really, if I were to go back to, I don't know how much time I have, but if I were to go back to the first time I met Rivette and Jason Camper, we had a local in Fort Worth, Texas. It was the month that I went 200K. So I was a little less than 90 days into the business. And I'll never forget, there were a couple of things that happened. One, that's when we used to talk about weekly paychecks, and he mentioned how much Tony's check was. And I'll be honest, instead of me being jealous of her weekly rewards, I immediately said, if she can do it, I can do it. You know, and I think sometimes in this, you know, you guys are seeing people being shouted out for a $2,000 bonus, a $6,000 bonus because they went 12K. We've got $20,000 bonus earners right now. They went 40K, $40,000. You're going to see some $100,000. Instead of being jealous of what you see, you've got to say, why not me? If they can, so can I. You don't know your timing, but your timing is your timing, right? My personally enrolled that's going to go 200K this month, it's been well over 2 years, but I'll tell you, okay, for a year. You know, she's taken ownership of her team. She has a heck of a lot of fun, and she is crazy consistent because she doesn't pressure on watching everyone else hit 200K before she does. She knows that it's her own journey, and she owns it, and she has so much fun. And they have this exciting culture, and this, I just love them so much. I mean, it's this breath of fresh air, because that no one has gotten caught up in the comparison game. And I know it's easy to do. I promise you, I know it's easy to do, but your journey is your journey. So never look at someone and say, oh my God, or don't be jealous, and don't you dare consider yourself a failure either. No, it's just time. It's just time. And you don't know when you see someone, you know, a lot of us compress because we go into massive action. Okay. And someone that's doing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, they may be getting 5 points here. That other person has 10 next to it, and they're doing 50. Okay. If right now in your life, you can't possibly do that much. It's okay to own that and say, I'm not in a position in my life where I can do that much. So there's no way I'm going to compare myself to that person, because I'm going to stay committed to doing the best I can possibly do. And I'm going to get there. I'm not sure when I'm going to get there, because I'm not going to quit. Okay. The claiming it, guys, it's okay to say, I deserve this, and I want this. You know, I'll never forget, Paul had us close our eyes, and he had us visualize, you know, what we wanted, you know, our home. And it's kind of crazy, because basically what I pictured in that moment is my home, but it's not the house. it's what we've created here, that it's an open door, that the teenagers are here all the time, you know, that I can host senior breakfast and not worry about the cost, that we can have, you know, the parties here at Christmas time. We can sponsor, gosh, I think we sponsored what, 20 or 40, I've already lost count of how many kids we sponsored over Christmas, you know, but we're able to do that. So then we can then pay it forward. You know, I wanted a life where I didn't have to worry about the electric bill. I wanted the life where I could put up as many Christmas lights as I wanted, totally griddled it out and not worry about the electric bill, right? I wanted a life where I could give more. I mean, Ralph and I give more than we used to make in a year. I love being able to say that, you know? So, and you can't do that unless you are unless there is financial abundance, right? So I was talking to a new girl today that's super high PPA on a team, and we just connected, and you know, and I told her, I said, I'm telling you right now, if you will keep making this about helping people, your life will never be the same. And yes, we have a lot on the line right now as far as a brand new person can go VIP 800, VIP 1600, but we have to attach a meaning to all of that. How does someone go VIP 800, guys? They go help 4 or 5 people for like $1 million, right? And then how did they go VIP 1600? They're helping 8 to 10, 12, right? I mean, what is your goal? And then I want you to attach that to how many people does that mean you and your team and your circle of influence has to impact. And start, you know, you don't know what those faces look like because you don't know who the next person is that's going to join your business, but start putting meaning to that you have. See, if we just are chasing a number, it's not going to happen. But when we understand that that number is a representation of the amount of people that we're able to impact, that's where we can do some crazy, super fun things. And that's where the magic happens. So I'm eternally grateful for this journey. I'm grateful that when the skeptics came at me, guys, I didn't quit. I had people say the craziest stuff to me. I could write a book about. I mean, one of the things that says something to me, you guys, I'll just share it because you're gonna laugh. Because how many people have how many people have ever had your picture made with Paul Gravett? Okay, so one of the first things that was said to me when I you don't need to join that company. There's something shady going on with that, because that Paul Gravett guy, he has meetings with these people and you never see his picture. I'm like, so I kind of kept that, and then probably a month later, I mean, I just let it go. I'm like, whatever. I mean, I love my Thrive. I don't remember about Paul anyway. I love my Thrive, and I'm going to share it. You know, I didn't attach anything about me and this product to a person, okay? Because and so I'm, you know, so we're getting ready, and I'm laughing at where you guys are like, I got multiple pics of Paul. So we're planning this fourth local. Like I said, it's in my first 90 days of the business. And this is actually when I used to be able to talk to Paul on the phone, in the early days, okay? But I said, Paul, there's some people out there that say that you're kind of shady because you have all these meetings and they never can see your picture. And I said, so we're going to take a picture and it's going everywhere on Facebook. Because really, I'm going to take that mentality of, oh, really? Well, let me show you. And I mean, honestly, guys, that's the swagger and sass that you gotta have. Oh, really? Well, let me show you. And we did, and it's so funny. You know, I had people say to me, what if it doesn't last? I'm like, well, what if it does? I have nothing to lose. Hello, I'm a speech pathologist. Like, my paycheck actually comes down the way from Medicare. I mean, have you seen how stable Medicare is? We're not going to get into that conversation. My husband's in the oil and gas industry. Do you know how many people they laid off from his company since I joined this business? Nothing in this world is guaranteed, and I'm so grateful not only that I joined this, that I pushed all my chips in, but I didn't give up when people came at me with the craziest. And because I knew what I knew what this product had done, and I knew the stories coming back from people, and I knew the rewards that I was getting financially, and I saw the rewards my team was getting. So today, it's the same. There are skeptics everywhere. There's always someone trying to pour cold water on your fire. And you just kind of laugh, shake it off, and you move on because your confidence is so crazy high. And I think, Blair, that's kind of what you were mentioning is, the longer you do this and the more story you get back from people, the higher your confidence grows. I wasn't this confident, guys, in the beginning. I was ignorance on fire, but thank God for Tony. She had a lot more stories under her belt than I did, and she could connect with people. And so wherever you are in your business, borrow some of our confidence. Stay committed to what you know. What do you know this product has done for you? What do you know that this company continues to do for you and your business and your team and your customers? I mean, our blessings are crazy over here. And I do think a lot of times we take our new normal for granted. We take our new normal for granted as far as how we feel. And we can take the business rewards for granted because it's just what we know. But in the big scheme of things, we are abundantly blessed. And there's so many exciting things to come. So with that, I feel like I've rambled on and on. I'll give it back to you. If you guys have any questions,
yeah, you guys, I want you to take something.
I don't know if I can speak.
Yeah, can you hear me? I was having problems too before we started. Can you hear me, Maria? Okay. So I just want you guys to take this. I love this one thing that you said, Maria. You said, what are you committed to? So like you shouted off a bunch of things that you're committed to. You guys write that down tonight. Take some time over the next couple of days. Think about what are you committed to? And then is your action lining up with what you say you're committed to? Right? Because like Maria said, there's a lot of people that she met along the way that said they were going to do this, they were going to do that, and then life changed. So don't let yourself be one of those people. What are you committed to? What do you want your business and your mark on this world to be? And then make sure the daily action lines up with that. And so I loved everything that you shared about your story because it shared exactly that. Like you had a big mission, a big idea about where you wanted this product to do for others, what you wanted this business to do for you, your family, and others. But you also lined up the action. And so you guys, before this new product even comes out, don't wait for another reason. You have the reason today. Figure out what is it that you're committed to and take the action. Do you guys have any last minute questions for Maria? We've had her like 45 minutes, so I feel bad. I know she has other things to do tonight. I don't see any questions on there. I think they're all probably like, wow.
That's just
a lot of people haven't heard
talking and talking. I will say, well, and real quickly, I do have to say this because I've said this a zillion times throughout the business. I get excited about new things. Like, trust me, I'm loving Ultra 2.0. Okay. And I get excited about new things, but I've never needed something new to build this business. And you guys have to know that. The capsules, first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, the lifestyle mix, that DFT, that's all you need to build a residual income for your family that will forever change your family's future. Yes, I love everything else, okay? But that's what you need. So I've always said, I don't have to have all that other stuff is icing on the cake. Now, it's no secret we're legit about to launch a whole new phase of this company. But am I waiting on anything? No. And let me give you one more thing as we close out this month, because we have 6 days left in this month, right? 40K this month. She goes, but I'm going to get my 40K and my $20,000 bonus next month. I said, okay, well, here's what I want you to do on Thrive between now and the end of the month. If you want to go 40K next month here and expect to start all over on the first day of the month and then grow, okay? We have to get as many people on as we possibly can right now, because if you go introduce this to say 5 people, you get 5 people on Thrive between now and the end of the month, right? That's potentially 15 people on Thrive. See what I'm saying? So because you're going to, well, it's basically tripling volume. Okay, so 15 orders next month versus just that 5 this month. So you have to think in minimum exposure. So how many more free accounts can I get in? I've got to get into the network, I've got to get people's, how people can you get their attention between now and the end of the month about Thrive? How many people can you get started on Thrive? Because then by mid-month, they're already in love with it. They got triple volume going in next month. See, we don't stop here because you got to work it all the way to the end, get as many people as here, and all that rolls over with more people, because every one person that you get started on Thrive, guys, that is a whole new circle of influence that you're not a part of. You don't know their neighbor. You don't know who they went to high school with. You don't know who they went to college with. You don't know who takes their kids to school. One person, everything that you get on Thrive, that is a whole new circle of influence. And you don't know their situation. They may look all pretty on Facebook like we did, and they may be dying for an opportunity like this. They may say, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I can earn what? I can do it for, get $2,000 if I go 4K this month. Game on. You don't know. So that's why you don't just stop. You got to keep going and think about it that way. Every person that you introduce Thrive to, that is opening up a whole new circle of influence that you're not connected to. The possibilities are, we've seen crazy things happen around here. One of these days, if it ever really, really slows down, we'll just write a book about it all, right? Thank
true.
you so much. I know I have
Thank you.
Thanks for being on, though.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We so appreciate it. It was amazing. I hope you guys take this and see the possibilities for yourself. So let's go finish off the month strong. Bye, guys. Thanks, Mauria.